What does gender equal society really mean? Whether it be equal pay, job positioning, opportunities, or even social responsibilities, we can understand that this is an incredibly multifaceted concept. Welcome to Our World Today. I'm your host, Sandri Mamba. One burning topic today is gender inequality. This phenomenon can be observed in every corner of the world, particularly in high-ranking corporate jobs. With me here today is Ritu, CPA, PMP, and Project Executive at IBM. Thank you so much for being here today.
It is my pleasure. I'm so glad to be here.
Ms. Dang, in your opinion, what is gender inequality in the workplace?
That's a great question just to kick off the topic. Workplace gender discrimination occurs when a job applicant or employee faces differentiation based solely because of their sex or gender.
Well, in your experience, what are the most common forms of gender inequality in the workplace?
Oh my, this is a hot topic indeed in the corporate world. The first one that comes to mind is wage disparities. The gender pay gap is slowly closing, but pay equity is far from breaking the glass ceiling. Next, lack of representation in leadership positions. We see that very often. Then there's sexual harassment, and then there's issues with work-life balance.
And how do you believe gender inequality can be mitigated in these cases?
All right, I have an answer for that. While there are many potential causes for types of discrimination, I believe companies can dramatically reduce the risk through mitigation strategies. I'll give a couple of examples. The first, ensuring equal pay for equal work. Second, fostering diversity in leadership roles, providing flexible work arrangements, implementing inclusive hiring practices, offering parental leave and policies, and most important, actively measuring and reporting on metrics within organizations.
Well, to refresh everyone's memory, what is your experience with gender inequality?
Okay, so I am proud to share that I'm the head of diversity and inclusion in an initiative across all of finance and supply chain transformation in IBM's federal sector, and that's huge. One of the initiatives that I drive and focus on is women empowerment. It is a top focus area and frankly, a topic that is very near and dear to my heart.
That is amazing. I would now like us to pivot to young adults. What can communities, in particular schools, do to close the gender gap for rising generations?
You know, I don't think you can start early enough. First, let's all create inclusive communities. Let's use inclusive language, avoid gender segregated activities, and let's encourage collaboration across and among students. Teaching gender equality is important. Schools can teach that early on and can also contribute to how students can partake in it.
I completely agree. Personally, this can also potentially be manifested through challenging stereotypes in schools from what I've seen, through teaching materials and examples. For example, I remember often seeing female construction workers or even stay-at-home dads, and this includes also helping kids understand their equal responsibility in counteracting gender bias and stereotypes. Although this is often underappreciated, it's the small things that count.
I like the stay-at-home dad concept. I think it is so important. And wow, everything that you said was very true and insightful. I also think it is important for women to stand up for themselves. We can always ask ourselves, we can reflect in our day-to-day lives, how has gender inequality shaped the world around us, and how can each of us close the gap just a little bit every day?
Very, very true. This is everyone's fight. Thank you so much for your valuable insight. Unfortunately, time has flown, and that is all the time we have for today's segment of Our World Today. I want to thank you so much for your time today and would love to continue this discussion some other time. As always, an educated world guarantees a powerful future. This is Sanvi Lamba of Our World Today, signing off.